Hey guys! It feels like forever since I've actually talked to you, but this past month has been crazy. The last video you saw, I was at Disneyland, but this past whole week I was on a road trip with my parents and my brother. I did not actually film any footage when I was there. This was one of those more trips where I just kind of wanted to experience it more, and don't get me wrong, I absolutely love filming and all that, but this time I just felt like living it up. But I do have lots of pictures I want to share with you guys and just show some stuff that I got too. So I left the morning of July 21st and I didn't come home till July 29th. So the day that we left, we drove down to Oregon because if you didn't know, I live in Washington State. So we drove down to Oregon. We went to this wildlife safari park where I saw lots of animals. Here's some animals. More animals. More animals. More animals, just all kinds. We've been there before, but we wanted to go there again. Then after that, we went down to my other aunt's house down in Oregon that lives there. We stayed there for a few hours, and then we headed to California. We got to California the first day that we took off, and we went to Crescent City, California on the beach. It just reminded me of the Oregon coast because it was all foggy and stuff, so it wasn't really too special, but there was like a lighthouse and it was kind of cool. And then on the second day, we headed down towards San Francisco, and that was really fun. I got to go there for my first time. We weren't really there very long, but we went across the bridge. There's bridge pictures. We went along like the pier, like we went like by Pier 39 and stuff, and we went like in some shops, and I'll show you what I got there. The first thing that I got was this shirt. It says San Francisco on it, and it's kind of really big actually. I wore it the day after I got it, and it was super big, but when I wash it, hopefully it will like shrink. And then I also got this sweatshirt, San Francisco, California, and it's really soft, and it's not really the time of year to have a sweatshirt, but at night there it was really cold, and so it came in handy. And as you can probably tell, I like purple, in case you didn't know that. Both shirts I got there were purple. I didn't plan that, it just kind of happened. But yeah, that was a city I wish I kind of would have explored more because we weren't there very long. But it was really pretty at night, the sunset and everything. And I actually have a picture of that. Bam. Right there. And then the third day on our road trip journey, we headed toward my friend Jay's house. Him and I hung out for our first time at Disneyland. He was in my last video, and so I got to hang out with him again while on this road trip. After we picked him up from his house, we went to Santa Cruz Beach, and that was really cool. It was a different beach. I'm not used to beaches that have like a carnival going on, like, yeah, so we got to hang out on the beach. It was super fun. We didn't do a whole lot, we weren't there very long, but it was still fun. We watched like this like kung fu show go on too. I don't know, it was weird, but it was still cool getting to hang out with him again. Most of it was the car ride there and back, but it was still fun, you know. And then after we dropped Jay back off at his house, we headed toward LA. We ended up staying not in LA that night. We went and stayed in a hotel in between LA and where Jay lives. Day 4, we went to the LA area, and I had always heard about Ellen DeGeneres' show being filmed in Burbank, California. I'm like, we should go there, we should go find her studio, you know, it'd be really cool to see. And little did we know, there was a tour you could do. It was like Warner Brothers tour, because she's with Warner Brothers. And so we went on the Warner Brothers tour, and it was the VIP tour, and it was like the coolest thing ever. Like, we got to go inside her actual place where she filmed her set, and we sat in the audience. There was no filming being going on because she doesn't film until September for her next season, but it was still really cool to be in there, and it was so much smaller in person, and there was like a gazillion cameras everywhere, and it's just, oh, it was really cool to experience. And while on that tour, we got to go on different other sets, like movie sets and like TV show sets. It was just really cool. Like, there was like a lot of like Pretty Little Liars and other shows I can't remember, but it was like shows I don't watch, so I didn't really pay attention. I mean, I paid attention, but like I didn't really like focus on it so much. Also on that tour, we also got to go on the Friends show set. Like, it wasn't the actual building where it was filmed, but they had it all set up in another building, and all of the everything, the whole set of that show, and it was just really cool to see that, and I was like, wow, so awesome. And here's some pictures of those and whatnot. And then later that night, after the tour and stuff, we went down Hollywood Boulevard, like the Walk of Fame where all the stars are and stuff. I only took one picture of one star, and that was Walt Disney. Bam, right there. I only took that one. My friend Jacob is like a huge Disney freak, and I don't know, when I saw that I thought of him, so I took the picture and I sent it to him, and that was the only star I got. And also, while we were down on that Walk of Fame, we ate at Hard Rock Cafe. I had fish. It wasn't the best, but it was still good. And then the next day, we went to Universal Studios. That was like the coolest thing ever. We rode all of the rides there. Transformers, Jurassic Park, Mummy. I don't remember all of them, but they were all really good. And we also did like Simpsons. I mean, we did them all. They were really cool. They were all virtual. And then later at the end of the day, when we were at Universal Studios, we actually went on the tour of Universal Studios. And that was super cool. We got to go by stages. We actually went by the stage where they were filming The Voice at that time, and I was like, oh my god, Adam Levine is in there right now. That is insane. We didn't get to go in there or anything, but it was cool, like, you know, being in that same area. But we got to see more sets. I mean, there's just all kinds of different things, and if you ever get the chance to go there, then do it, because it's so worth it. It was just really cool to see movie sets and TV show sets, and it's like my type of thing, so I'm like, it's so awesome. And some of these pictures I took of these sets, this one right here is actually the set from How the Grinch Stole Christmas movie, you know, Whoville. I didn't get a totally good picture of it, but that was really cool. They still had that set up. And then these pictures are actually from War of the Worlds, like the crash scene, I guess. I don't think I've ever seen it. And this right here is actually the green screen they used for the Pirates of the Caribbean movies. I thought that was so cool. Like, they added water and stuff for it, and like, seriously, that's where it was filmed. And I'm thinking of the movie and I'm like, whoa. And then the next day, we actually headed towards San Diego area to our friend's house that moved down there. We went there last year after I was at VidCon. We went there again this year, and we stayed 2 nights there. First night, we didn't go anywhere except for their house, and that was fun, hanging out, you know. And the next day, we actually went to SeaWorld, and that was pretty fun. I mean, it wasn't the best theme park I've ever been to, but it was fun. Like, we saw some shows, like some dolphin shows, and then we also went to the Shamu show. And oh my god, I really wanted to sit in the soak zone, and so we did. And if you don't know what that means, the freaking whale actually splashes the people in those zones. Oh, and it's not just a splash. You get drenched and soaked to death. Like, seriously, after that show, I was like dripping and my clothes were so soaked. It wasn't cool. I didn't want to get that wet. And in the last couple days, while on this road trip, we went to Las Vegas. We were there for only 1 night, and this was our view from our hotel. We stayed in Circus Hotel. It was a huge hotel. We visited the Pawn Store shop from the show Pawn Stars, and I guess the guys were actually there 2 hours before we were there, so we were like, oh, we missed them. That would have been cool to actually meet the guys from the show. And then later that night, we walked the Las Vegas Strip. Now that was an experience. There are some weird people out there, and you can just like drink and walk down the street and do whatever, and all kinds of different kinds of people. Saw one guy get arrested. Saw a really cute Italian guy though. He had curly brown hair and he had an Italian accent, and I was just like, dreamy. Like, he was so cute. But yeah, that was fun. We were up till 2:30 that night on the Las Vegas Strip, and then the next morning we headed out of Las Vegas, and we just drove that day. And then we stayed in Carson City, Nevada for that night, and then the next day we headed home for 10 hours. That was great. But overall, this trip was really awesome. I got to do all kinds of things, go to different theme parks and experience new things, and I hope this video isn't too long. There's just a lot of things to say in one video. Anyway, I hope you guys liked my video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to see more videos. And I will see you guys next time. Bye!
That I adore you in every little way. Cross my heart, I won't ever let you go, because you move me so much more, girl, than you could ever know.
So I realized I forgot to show you guys another thing I got. When we went to Hollywood, I got a shirt. Here's the shirt. It says Hollywood Universal Studios on it. Thought I'd show that to you guys because I forgot to in the video. Alright, I'm gonna go now. Goodbye.